My name is Jacque Daly. I'm a mother of two from San Antonio, Texas. I am a lucky mom. I have two wonderful children. Elliot is 13, Parker is 9. Elliot loves playing chess, he loves collecting rocks, he likes anything Japanese right now, and he loves playing video games, and he's really good at it, actually. Parker, he's completely different. He's very sporty, he likes to read, he's into art, but he can definitely keep up with his brother on the video games as well. So Elliot was a normal, cute little boy, but as he was a young child, we noticed that he was a late talker. He had trouble in social situations. He was fine when he was at home or one-on-one with his brother, but once he was in a group of children, that's when we started to see some differences. It wasn't really until he was 5 and we got the call from school on the first day of kindergarten to come pick him up because he was being very aggressive in the class. And so when we went to go pick him up, that was when his teacher, she started giving us some ideas of what it might be, and that's when ADHD came up. When the teachers start talking about ADHD, the first thing that comes up is medication. Our school was really great. They gave us some other alternatives of things that could be done within the classroom. You know, when it comes to a classroom, the kids really need to be in what I call the little box. And so if they can't do that on their own, then usually medication is the first thing that comes up. I was lucky enough to find an ADHD doctor that started us out thinking about the natural way of doing things, including food, but without direction from her and really not very much help from the school in the form of nutrition, it didn't go very far. We did have medication, but it never really worked. Like, I heard good stories of people that had good help with it, but it never really worked for us in the way that we needed it to. So I was constantly looking for a new path. And I always say that Facebook is listening to you, and I was continuously doing research on my own. And one day, Donna's program popped up, and I realized, I'm like, this is what we need to do. She knows what she's doing. I watched her free training class, and I was immediately in shock. I'm like, yes, this is what we need. After watching Donna's training, we signed up right away. We worked out the financial part of it because we knew that this was the right thing to do. And I would say that it wasn't even a month before we started seeing results. We jumped in right away with eliminating a lot of things, and I would say within 2 weeks we noticed that he was already listening to us better. And now, he can get through his homework, and he is less argumentative, and in general just more happy. And just a couple weeks ago, we received an email from the school that said he was no longer on the behavioral list, meaning that he was no longer a child that needed to be, watched as often for behaviors because he was having no behaviors in class. My advice for any family or mother or father or group getting your child on the diet is to set small goals for yourself. Try not to get too overwhelmed. Take it a step at a time. For me, it was to eliminate gluten completely. That was the first small step that we took. The other advice would be, if you can get your entire family on board, it's going to be so much easier as the person cooking or buying the groceries. Going compliant with this type of diet, it's not necessarily a diet, it's a lifestyle. It is not always going to be easy, and there's definitely ups and downs, and your children are probably going to miss certain things, but there's ways around that. And if you can get your entire family on board and have nothing but good options in your house, your kids are not going to feel like they're missing anything. There are so many options out there as far as gluten-free, dairy-free now from when I started. It is a plethora of things out there that you can choose from. You just have to take a little bit extra time to exchange all those things in your house for those good tasting and, maybe new to your children, but they'll eventually learn to like it because that's their only option. And you can kind of take that same idea if you go to other households. Kids like routine. So take the things that they know that they like from your house and bring it with you, and they'll choose the thing that they already know versus something that somebody else is offering them. And we don't regret the challenge. It was definitely a challenge, but the reward to see my child happy and fitting in to society more was definitely worth it.